Welcome, Jesters. All right, this is something that I have been meaning to just talk about for a while, but never really had a specific reason. But yesterday, the day before, it doesn't really matter. This post on X, or this tweet, or whatever they call it, well, didn't necessarily go viral, but it gained some traction in some circles. And what this person is saying is there is no evidence that crime is reduced by voting for Republicans. Okay, let's talk about the language here, right? Did you notice how very carefully worded that is? Right, it is. Who remembers the car insurance commercials? I think it was Geico that said, or their tagline or whatever it was, over 85% of drivers saved money by switching to Geico. That sounds very familiar. Well, okay, again, a very craftily worded statement that is probably, or it should be, 100% true, but it leaves out some very important facts, right? Ask yourself, why would you switch to Geico if you didn't save money? Car insurance is very much a commodity, so why would you switch to Geico unless you were going to save money, right? Now, maybe some people are, kicked off their insurance. Maybe they moved to a state where their old insurance doesn't cover them, right? So those are some circumstances. But yes, I would imagine the majority of people, the 85% or whatever it is, of people who do switch to Geico do so specifically to save money. It doesn't even have to be a particularly large population of people. It literally could be 85 drivers. Right? I'm saying, no, Geico signed up more than 100 people, but realistically, why would you switch car insurance unless you're going to save money? Right? Same thing we have here. It is, there's no evidence that electing Republicans, reduces crime. And that is very true. We all know the statistics. We all know about the crime problem in Democrat-run cities. Chicago, not so much Baltimore, but, old Baltimore, San Francisco, Portland, old Washington before President Trump took his action there. Memphis before President Trump took action there. The thing is, again, there's no evidence that electing Republicans reduces crime. That is correct, because if you continue to elect Republicans, crime doesn't get out of control in the first place. So there's no high crime to reduce. It just stays low. It's Democrats that let crime get out of control. And for whatever reason, the people that live in these cities fail to realize this, so they keep electing the Democrats, so crime just keeps getting worse, right? Witness Rahm Emanuel, Lori Lightfoot, Brandon Johnson. Things just keep getting worse in Chicago, and even now, there doesn't seem to be any hope of a Republican getting elected mayor in Chicago. These are examples of just carefully crafted language that are designed to fool people who are easily fooled. And this is one of the reasons why accounts like this, I don't think they are actual people, right? I mean, there's at least one person behind this, but I call these agency accounts, right? And it's not that there's a person expressing their opinions on social media. It's some kind of foundation or think tank or whatever that are being paid to propagandize. And they do sit around and they do come up with ways to say things, ways to express things that are carefully crafted to fool, the people that are easily fooled, that they want to keep in line. Your average leftist or your average Democrat voter, which I actually do need to explain in the future. The thing is, I remember hearing the Geico commercial, 85% of drivers save money, and my first thought was, well, why would you switch otherwise? Why would you voluntarily switch to a more expensive car insurance? That's just kind of ridiculous, right? So it is absolutely true. And it's true in this case as well. Crime is not reduced by voting for Republicans because it's already low. There's nothing to reduce. Generally, Republicans, conservatives don't let crime get out of control, right? There will never be a crime reduction program in Polk County because crime is already low, and we all know why crime is low in Polk County, right? Have you seen the press conferences? They are hysterical. By the way, I would vote for him for governor of Florida, right? A very interesting dynamic. I don't think he's ever announced any intention to run, but I think he would make a fantastic governor here in Florida. But yes, be careful for this. This is the kind of thing that you have to watch out for. These leftists, they will say these things and they think they're being clever, and they are in a sad way, because they are fooling the people that they are trying to keep in line. But point out their language, point out their little linguistic trickery, and some people will get it. And that's what they are absolutely terrified of. When people start to pay attention, they will figure out the scam, and they will lose. And thankfully, I'm right.